Hey, this is Drake here. I had put together a new game Lies of P build I was going to show, but it actually would function very well in your first playthrough. But it's easy to miss if you don't get it. See what we're running here, and you have to have quite a bit of weight capacity to pull it off without being overweight here. But you want both of these are boss. Uh, See this one fairly early on, and I don't know, Alidoro isn't here right now, but you can get this one fairly early on, and it increases your attack in proportion to your number of Fable slots. From what I've seen, I've got 5 Fable slots, and it increases it around 20%. It's kind of hard to figure percentage in this game because the attack numbers vary so much. And I just got this one, and it temporarily increases physical attack upon a successful attack, and it will stack up to 4 times. At level 4, you're getting between 15 and 20%, the best I can figure. And I'm still running the same bone cutter saw blade with a bramble curved sword handle. And I did change the handle around to be more of a quality build, so I'm scaling off 3 instead of 2s. You can see it's maxed out. Like I said, this is new game build. So what we've got equipped is, of course, you want to equip whatever for the enemy, a puppet, carcass, or human, which you get, if you're on your first playthrough, you get them a little later on in the game. And of course, this is just a health regen one that I was running for level clearing. These are your main 2. You want this extreme modification amulet because it gives you just basically a straight up 20% damage boost on everything you do. And this one on successive attacks, because of the way we're running it here. Let me go back and I'll show stats. Now I'm fairly higher level, I'm 139, but this is new game, so you get a lot more ergo. It's a lot easier to level up a lot faster. But as you can see, we're running 39 in motivity, 40 in technique, and 7 in advance. Advance is my next thing I'm going to up. And I'm at 46 capacity to be able to hold all this stuff without being overweight and out. And if you don't want to go that far into it, you can always use the carrier's amulet or the carrier's amulet plus 1. You see it's 304 physical and 192 on our extra added damage. But what I was really wanting to showcase, and of course, run your grinder. Your grinder, if you're running the element they're weak to, increases your damage by around 30%. But this, and I love the mystic art, or the fable art on this handle here. But it will consume all 5 bars. But you just hold guard and hold triangle for a multi-hit combo. You see we got 7366 right there. Let's put this on it. Nearly 10,000 from one attack. That's crazy. And what you want to do, what I figured out is, and it works well with puppet strings. They at a distance, break them, but do not do the break attack, the fatal attack, because you can watch here. We get 2,500 out of that. Okay, that's decent damage. But what we want is to break them and then drop straight into our fable art here for 13,000 damage altogether. You can straight up melt bosses with this build. Now I do have a few P organ upgrades that's upping my damage a little bit. And I guess I could go over them right quick. But mainly it's just these 2 talismans that we're rocking here. And you can get them, I think I just started, you could obtain all these. Let me see what chapter I'm on. I think I just started chapter 7 or 8. Yes, 8. You could obtain both of these by the first wave or first stargazer in chapter 8. And I do believe you can have the weapon and the handle and everything. So you can put this together by chapter 8 on your first playthrough. You might have to crunch a little bit on weight capacity, but it is very doable. And just between the 2 amulets, especially when you're setting at level 4, on the successive attacks, you're getting around 30% increased damage, and then you stack on the weak, using whatever grinder they're weak to, is another 30%. So you're stacking up around 60% extra damage, especially on when you use your Fable art of the handle. Alright, and I won't go over all of these, but the ones that's really going to make a difference I didn't even know I was running that, is the ones that affect your Fable arts. Let's see if I can find them here. There's some I know. Yeah, there it is. Enhanced Fable Arts Attack 2. That one's going to count in. And Enhanced Stagger Duration is something good that you can go into that just allows them to stay down longer so you can get your full combo off. Enhanced Fatal Attacks. I think I'm going to respec and remove that, because once you get toward the end bosses, the Fatal Attacks just really suck. I mean, they might do 2,000 damage. You can burn through a lot more than that, and just doing a couple heavy hits on them while they're down. Yeah, and there's an Enhanced Fable Arts Attack 1. Anything that's going to enhance your Fable Arts. And I got this one, which enhances attack when your HP is at maximum, but that's a new game skill. You can't get it until a new game. But yeah, I mean, that's basically the build. And you're just exploiting this great Fable art. And which, unfortunately, they did a buff recently that made it to where any Fable art that consumes 3 bars gives you hyper armor, and you don't get interrupted. That Fable art, however, it consumes all 5 if you hold it, but it only consumes 1 at a time, so it got left out. So it is easily interruptible if you get hit. That's why I recommend waiting until they break and they're sitting there waiting on the Fatal Strike. Don't do the Fatal Strike. Do your full combo and get 3 to 4 times the amount of damage that you would get out of the Fatal Strike anyway. But that's basically it. I was going to show this, and I hated that, I missed it on the first playthrough, and it kind of made me suffer on the end bosses because I wasn't getting that 20-30% extra damage. And if you're familiar with Souls games, more offense is your best defense. If you can clear the bosses quicker, they have less time to kill you in the meantime. But that's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Have any questions, leave a comment. And as always, thank you for watching.